The south of France is startlingly exotic. Its garrigues and steppes have an almost African feel. The sun reigns supreme here from spring until high summer, subjecting living things to even hotter temperatures as the day progresses. How do plants and animals withstand the scorching heat? How have they adapted to these almost tropically hot, dry conditions? Maquis scrubland is one of Europe's distinctive natural ecosystems. It is 8 o'clock in the morning. At this time of day, the sun is still mild. The gentle warmth of its rays wakens animals from hibernation. Hermann's tortoise is a species that has survived from prehistory. It is one of a handful of land tortoises found in Europe and is only encountered in preserved natural landscapes, like this one. Like all reptiles, tortoises need external sources of heat to be active. The horny plates, or scutes, that form their shells work like solar panels. Tortoises are so-called cold-blooded animals, and their level of activity varies with their blood temperature, which in turn depends on the warmth of the sun. It is 9 o'clock. The trees here have adapted to the hot, dry climate. They are the same shape as the acacias that grow in Africa. Next to this quasi-African woodland is one of Europe's few remaining natural steppes, the plain of La Crau, south of the Alpes. This unique natural habitat is home to some very distinctive wildlife. Cattle egrets originally came from Africa, and they hitch a ride on a sheep just as their African cousins do on elephants. The jackdaws are getting in on the act. Okay, their claws dig in a bit, but they pay their way by picking their hosts' backs clean of parasites. Cattle egrets hunt on drier ground than other herons and egrets. They feast on the grasshoppers and crickets disturbed by the sheep. The rarest animal on the steppe of La Crau is Prionotropis rhodanica, an Apteris grasshopper. It's endemic here. In other words, this is the only place in the world where it is found. Flightless and stout-bodied, it has adapted to the dry winds that blow across the steppe. It covers remarkably little ground, traveling only about 50 meters during its entire adult life. The many grasshopper and cricket species include Decticus albifrons, a bush cricket that likes the hot, dry habitat here. It eats both insects and plants. Nature recycles everything. For these small creatures, a sheep's dropping is a wonderful find. Door beetles aren't bothered by either the baking sun or the smell of excrement. They may look like midgets, but they are the Mr. Atlases of the insect world. They can lift 1,000 times their weight. This pair are rolling a ball of dung along just like the sacred scarab beetles of ancient Egyptian myth, who were supposed to push the sun along the sky. If you're a door beetle, a dung ball is the ideal bedroom for the children. The little bustard is one of Lacroix's rare avian inhabitants. A typical steppe species, it is a mini ostrich the size of a large hen. When the little bustard spots a grasshopper, it snaps it up before you can say, "Jiminy Cricket." Spring is in the air for this male little bustard. His version of a wolf whistle is an odd noise that sounds like a fart. In fact, the species' French name means farting duck bustard, and the sound carries more than a kilometer.